Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like try not to cry while you're talking about fun, Catherine. Try not to
Yeah.
cry. You know? So yes, so I hear you, and I've been thinking about this
Yeah.
myself just going forward. I would say that one thing is to just once you recognize the power of playfulness and connection and flow as life-giving forces that
Yeah.
will make you feel good and be good for you, then you can make a point of prioritizing them and to switch from thinking of fun as something that's just the afterthought to something that actually should be at the top of your priority list.
Mm.
Because guys, this might be a really rough winter. Like we need to
Yeah.
find ways to be
Yeah.
resilient and to feel to experience some joy. We need that. We
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
need that.
Yeah.
So I think first of all, prioritize it. Think about ways that you can bring playfulness or connection or flow into your life or into the lives of people that you're around. You know, be a little bit silly. Like let's
Mm.
just forget about formality for a little bit. It's like year
Yeah.
2. We're almost into year 3 of this pandemic. Like
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
let be a little silly. I love the idea that you guys are doing those igloo the
Igloo awards.
awards. Yeah. Find ways to connect with people. Like,
Yeah.
you know, do go for that walk, even if it's with just one person, or give someone a silly gift or something like that. And for flow, try to eliminate some of the distractions. I think we go into what you were saying earlier, where we really do need to create better boundaries between our personal lives and our work lives, or just figure out how and when we want to be interrupted. Because one of the biggest impediments and blocks to fun is distraction. Because
Mm.
anything that distracts us means we can't be in flow and we won't be as connected. And if
Mm.
you're not in flow, you can't have fun. And that's another connection between our phones and fun, is try to find a time to put them away and let the world be out there for a bit and just focus on your experience. And the other thing I would say that I found useful, I found this useful last summer or 2 summers ago when I was writing the book, and I find it useful now, is to recognize that in many cases we tend to think that in order to have fun we have to do something really big and exotic, like go on a trip or, you know, get together with your college friends for a weekend in some other place. And then you can feel like, well, you can't do that now, so I can't have fun. And that can be very demoralizing. And it is disappointing. But I would say that one thing I've noticed is that if you start to scan your everyday life, even pandemic life, for just moments of playfulness, connection, or flow, you're probably going to find that you're already experiencing some of them, but you just haven't acknowledged them. And
Mhm.
once you start to notice them, it's kind of a mindfulness exercise, then you begin to appreciate them and you'll start to feel their benefits. And once you start to feel their benefits, you're going to notice more of them. It's very self perpetuating. And it really doesn't take much. I mean, there was an example someone shared with me recently that I absolutely loved, because I like to talk about the metaphor about how I think there's opportunities for fun floating in the air around us all the time, in the sense of there's opportunities for playfulness and connection and flow, even micro moments, like seconds worth, it makes a difference. So I use that metaphor. And then I talked to this guy who told me about having had true fun, as he called it, just that past weekend with his nephew when they were sitting outside on a park bench trying to catch leaves as they fell off of a tree. And he said it was so fun. They spent 2 hours doing that.
Oh, yeah.
And the writer in me was like, "You just made my metaphor literal. Oh my God, I'm so excited." But I just thought it was so beautiful because it just
Yeah.
showed, and I tried it. That's the other thing, it feeds off of things. So talk
Mhm.
with your friends and your colleagues about fun. Because once he said that, I was on a walk with my husband and there's like tree leaves falling and we're running around trying to catch the leaves. I was like, this is fun. I'm in a moment of playful, connected flow with my husband. It's ridiculous and absurd. My point being that it doesn't necessarily take much. So don't berate yourself or get depressed, overly depressed, more depressed than you already are,
Yeah.
about the challenges we're facing. You know, there are more opportunities than we recognize, and oh, it's just so worth paying attention to them.